Hey, good evening. This is Tom with TC Guns, Goochland, Virginia. If you saw the last video, which was Fostech Echo Trigger Problems and Issues Part 1, you saw we tried to test fire the vehicle. Just a quick recap. Fire one round, bolt not going into battery, failure to feed, failure to eject, all kinds of issues. At the end of that video, we took this apart and looking at a few things on it and found a couple issues. One, the buffer, supposed to be a standard buffer, but there's nothing in it, doesn't make noise. Weighed it on a digital scale and it weighs 1 ounce. So I got with the company and told them what was going on, and they sent me another buffer, which that's the standard buffer, weighs 2.9 ounces. And the spring, this is what was in it. I'll try to get so you can see it. It was a spring that looked like it was cut off a longer spring. I can't get things to get real clear, but it was cut from another spring, and obviously the whiz wheel or whatever they cut the spring with got into the second coil. So of course they sent me another new spring, and matching them up together, definitely the new spring is longer. So we know we have a buffer spring problem and a buffer problem. But the real problem on top of that, the added problem, is the trigger. For some reason, I don't know why, is these little ears on both sides. Let me try to get a better view for you. When that bolt goes forward, the bottom of the bolt pushes that up, gets the trigger ready to fire for the next round. What's happening is these ears right here on the tops of there and there, I noticed the tops of them were rough, had scratch marks. Couldn't figure out why, because the bolt actually catches back here and pushes that forward. It doesn't touch those. So what I did was I took the bolt, of course I have that here, set it in, pull it in the position like it's ready to fire. And what was happening is, instead of doing that and catching it right, sorry that the video was so blurry. Let me put a little light on the subject, that might help. When that bolt comes forward, pushes the hammer lock. So what was happening is the two ears right here, that one and that one, they were sitting up pretty high. They were actually, those two, they were sitting and catching when the bolt would close right in here in the bolt on both sides. It was catching the bolt, which was slowing the bolt down. So, easy fix. Took a file, just file those down right there. You don't have to go much. I don't even know why they're there. Probably could have filed them down level, even with the part that the bolt actually catches. But once I did that, retested it, everything clears, no issue. So what we're going to do is install the new buffer spring. We got that part taken care of, and this thing should run good. So this is actually, the first video was Fostech Echo Trigger Problems and Issues Part 1. This is the fix, Part 2. And I am pretty much 100% sure this gun will run now. Of course, we don't have any more time this evening to try to run it, but I'm going to use the new buffer, the buffer spring, and put it all back together. And Part 3 will be the actual test fire, and I think that's going to be the problem with this. Once I saw this and knew it was dragging on the bolt, and that was causing an issue. So that's all that, between the combination of that and the buffer spring and the buffer with nothing in it, all of that put together would lead to a failure to go into battery, failure to load correctly, all kinds of issues. So other than that, I hope this helps people who are watching who have the same issue. If it is, hit the like button, hit the dislike button, whatever, that's up to you. But this is what I have done, and this is definitely going to be a fix for it. And well, I'll have another video coming out on actually firing this, and it should run pretty darn good. And after that, going to have some more videos coming out, the Uzi carbine, MP40, so on and so forth. But hopefully we got this resolved. I think so, and I think we'll be good to go. Thanks for watching. See you later.